Hi, this is Sanjay Bhargav. I'm the principal officer of the advisory division of Bharosa Club. And today I wanted to talk to you on the types of mutual funds. So just as there are many types of stones, okay, countless types of stones, okay, and only a few of those stones are precious or diamonds. The same can be said for mutual funds. There is such a plethora of mutual funds, lots of confusion and things. So what I'm going to do in this very brief video is tell you that mutual funds can be broken up into two categories. One for keeping your money safe, which are essentially debt funds, or there is a fund called equity arbitrage fund, which gets into equity taxation and is pretty safe. And then there are equity mutual funds, which are risky in the short term, but pretty safe in the long term. So those are the two broad classifications. Within that, there are many, many other classifications. And then there is also confusion. So there are international funds, there are sector funds, there are commodity funds, and so on and so forth, right? So it becomes really confusing, and people often get fooled by advisors because they feel that, if they are not investing in something very complex, then they are going to miss out on returns. And the advisors say, okay, we studied all this, and you must have a little bit in China, a little bit in the US, a little bit here, a little bit there, and all over the place, right? So what our thinking at Bharosa Club is that if you follow a very simple strategy and invest only in direct growth mutual funds, with the bulk of your investments in index equity funds and an equity arbitrage fund, you will do just fine. And the difference between direct and regular, now this confuses a lot of people, so I'll spend just a minute or so explaining that. So every fund has a direct version and a regular version. So the direct version has lower expense ratio. So on these directs started on January 1, 2013. So because of the lower expense ratio, the NAV of a direct fund, the direct version of a fund will be higher than the regular version of the fund. And sometimes people get confused saying, I'm buying the same fund, so why should I buy a fund which has a higher NAV, which is the direct version, rather than the lower NAV? What they fail to realize is that once they buy the direct fund, the expenses that they will pay will be very low. So they'll do better by buying the direct fund than the regular fund. And then a lot of them also get tricked into trying to buy dividend funds, some like giving you a daily dividend, a weekly dividend, and all that kind of stuff. So instead of that, mutual funds are very liquid. You can redeem them, and within 2 business days, the money is in your bank account. So whenever you need money, you can redeem these funds. So there is no need of getting into dividend funds. Okay. So hopefully this gave you a little bit of an idea that in this very complex set of mutual funds, you should focus just on a few funds which are very simple. And Bharosa Club Advisory tries to show you that with less than 10 mutual funds, you will be just fine and do very well than compared to people who try to go in and out of mutual funds and have a very, very diverse set of mutual funds. Sometimes like they've invested in 50 schemes, some 75 schemes. That is all quite unnecessary according to us. Thank you very much for listening to me.